What if I do this? I think that'll turn the camera around. Okay, I'm filming like this because I just watched Skinamarink. I don't know if you can hear this. Maybe this is even a better view. I want you to be able to hear me. I first learned about this just browsing streaming apps, and it is a very abstract film. I have seen mixed user reviews on this. It doesn't have a very high star rating on IMDb, and it is a story about, I'll use the term story very loosely here, about a couple kids, a boy and a girl, less than 10 years old. And you see brief glimpses of their parents in there, but they are largely absent from this movie. And it is a series of scenes that, with the camera pointed at random places throughout this house, and throughout the film, things just randomly disappear. Their toilet disappears, doors disappears, windows disappears. Some scenes are either filmed upside down, or the boy is supposed to be, or one of the kids is actually walking on the ceiling because the house is upside down. You see Legos or Duplos and old cartoons going on in the background sometimes. And then there is this disembodied voice, if you want to call it that, often heard with some reverb, kind of a deep voice, um, coming from various places in the house, but I think mostly from upstairs. And you feel like there's at some points some interaction with the outside because one of the kids does call 911, but then the girl just randomly hangs up, and apparently the house did not like, the house said that the girl did not do what she was supposed to, so I took away her mouth. When I see that, there's captioning throughout this movie. And when I saw that, I'm thinking, you mean like Neo when his mouth got erased by the Matrix? Um, Overall, even though this is uh, a really bizarre movie, okay, so first, I think it is the only way to watch this movie is in the dark. It has to be quiet because there is no soundtrack to this film, and the kids often whisper. There's not a lot of loud noises in this movie. And I had all the lights off in the house. Everybody is asleep. I decided to finish watching this. Um, I started watching this last night. I got too comfortable, and which was a bad mistake, and I fell asleep. And it's not because the movie was not interesting. It was just at the end of the day, and it was late. I have to. So I would say that this film is paced pretty well, and for me, this is only going to get it's going to only go. This film, I think, has a very small audience. I think you can include me in that somewhat enjoyed this film. It kept my attention, even though, like I said before, the camera would be pointing to random spots in the house. It, it's almost like they had the ISO setting at 12,800 or something like that with a very old camera. So it is very noisy. You don't always know what you're looking at, but it did not stay at any one vantage point for too long. So that is what I mean, that it is paced fairly well, that they kind of use the audience's anticipation of something possibly happening at, any one of these scenes, and you keep waiting and waiting for something to happen and nothing does from one vantage point. Then it goes to the next scene, and it is literally pointing at, it could be the corner of a room. The vantage point could be from the floor. uh, One scene was in the bathroom, and the scene switches slowly, but never lingers on any one scene for too long that you get bored. And every now and then you'll hear the disembodied voice saying something, just communicating with the kids. The kids don't seem to be behaving normally. They don't seem really worried at all. They're just kind of roaming the house. Hey, mom, where's mom? Can't find dad. And I don't know. I think if I were them, I'd be a little bit more freaked out than they were. Even when they were talking to first responders on the other side of 911, they didn't seem too worried. Um, I think this film is worth watching at least one time, and um, one of the movie reviewers that I watched said, used the adjective experimental. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty experimental. Um, did did I enjoy it? Well, yeah, I think so. The ending scene was. Let's see. Did it leave me with more questions, and was I annoyed at the end that I didn't get anything answered? Um, Not so much, because the entire point of this movie was to be so abstract and keep you wondering, but somehow keep your interest. So that's why I mentioned that this kind of film will have a very small audience. The only disturbing thing I saw was some blood splatter that came from a certain direction. You don't hear any screaming. It just shows up and disappears, shows up again and disappears. Um, so that was the only disturbing thing, I guess. This definitely does not follow conventional horror story uh, elements, except, I guess, for keeping the audience on edge, anticipating some kind of jump scare or even a scary image of some sort. So I did enjoy this one. Um, I probably would not watch it again, or maybe I would to see if I can. Maybe I missed something the first time. But as I said earlier, it is really hard to figure out what in the world I'm looking at a lot of the times, because you know these kids only turn on the lights two or three times throughout the movie. In the middle of the night, if I don't know, I would have had all the lights on in the house. Um, I don't think you really know what happens to the kids. Um, and then the movie just comes to an abrupt ending. It literally says the end. The last scene is a faint image of a face that looks like it's impressed on a blanket, or you see a resemblance of a face. Not sure who it is. Yeah, could it be the entity? I don't know. Anyway, Skinamarink. Sorry, I forgot to see what year it was. I would rate this a 7.5. Go see this at least one time. Watch it with some friends. Make sure you watch it with the friends that won't talk too much because there is a lot there is a lot to pay attention to in this movie, or at least you don't know what's coming. And yeah, I liked it. Anyway, I just wanted to come on. We have been stupid busy lately, and so this is highly unusual to just go live in the middle of the night for our Tuesday episode, but I guess technically it's Wednesday. It's almost 1 in the morning, and I'm really hungry again. Um, if you happen to come on or maybe watch this later, thank you for checking this weird video out. I'll try to add a more appealing thumbnail to get some more viewers, and the way that I'm filming this might make a little bit more sense. So, anyway, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. Make sure you click like and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the cool stuff that we try to bring to you guys. So, we will see you next time. If I can find out how to stop. Oh, I didn't realize that some of you guys came on here. Sorry, I had the phone so close to me, I had no idea that people were on here. Thanks for joining us, guys, and let's see. Sorry, no option. I guess you have left. 2xVCY. We just got done. I just got done talking about Skinamarink. So, check it out. It's currently playing on Disney Plus, of all places. Skinamarink. Yeah, weird title. All right, see you later.